Hey everybody, I'm Jerry Mitchellak. I'm on the range today. It's a beautiful 30 degrees. And what I'm going to show you today is the technique that I use to reload a revolver using a moon clip. So when I shot a 625 revolver in competition in USPSA, IDPA, these are the techniques that I use to carry me to the finish line and also set a couple of world records in the mix. So the way I do a reload on a revolver is I swap hands. I'm a right-handed guy and I'm gonna do most of the gun handling with my left hand. And there's two reasons for that. If I were to leave the revolver in this hand, I have to do two things with my left hand. I have to extract and grab a loaded moon to get it back into the revolver. My technique, as soon as I fire that last shot, I'm gonna reach over here, hit that thumb latch, come with my weak hand with two fingers and open it up. And what that allows me to do as a shooter is I'm doing two things at one time. I'm extracting and I'm also grabbing ammunition off my cartridge belt. So I'm doing two things, and when they come together, it's a beautiful thing. And the reason I've done it this way for so long, if I had to do it 100 times in a row, to me it gave me a better percentage of an expectation of a performance. So in revolver shooting, it's probably more important to learn how to reload it than it is to shoot it. So these things are always empty. They hold 6 rounds, and if you shoot 6 rounds a second, you can see what I mean. It doesn't last long. Anyway, give you an idea. I've got some dummy cartridges here, 6 empty cases. So say you want to practice your reload technique at home, just get you some empty brass and a moon clip, and you can simulate and you can simulate this as being fired cartridges, of course, on the range. And these are some aluminum snap caps, totally inert, can't hurt anything except your pride. All right, so what I do, of course, make my last shot. Instantly, when I make my last shot, I'm going for the cylinder release with the thumb on my strong hand, and I'm coming through with my weak hand. But the big thing here, guys, is do not push on the cylinder any which way until you fully depress the cylinder latch with your thumb. And the reason for that is this center pin right here. If you push on it before you hit the thumb latch, you're going to swipe it out in the frame, and every time you do that, you're wearing the gun in an excess fashion, and your gun is just going to beat itself to death really quick. So first thing you do, hit the thumb latch, and so reach in with your weak hand, open it up, and you see where my fingers are, 2 in the frame and 2 supporting the frame. I've just fired, I'm extracting the rounds, and I'm trying to do that relatively straight up and down. A couple of reasons for that. Gravity is your friend. Not necessarily as you get older, but anyway, in reloading, it's a great thing. Cartridges go straight to the ground, and the other thing I really like about this, it keeps most of the unburned powder or lead shavings in that direction and not under the extractor. If you captivate something under the extractor, when you let it go and try to close it, it's going to mess with the head space of the cylinder, make it very hard to turn. So keeps the gun a little bit cleaner. Gravity's your friend. You come back around, and I try to point this thing, about an angle about like this. Take the ammunition off your moon clip, off your speedy rack, your moon clip, and when you drop it, you just line it up and you let it go. If you try to muscle it in there, no matter how tight your clips are, the cartridges are not going to align with the cylinder, with the charge hole. So you got to give it a little air. And if you actually look right here on the frame, that little Smith & Wesson was kind enough to put you a target right there. So what I try to do is I aim for that Smith & Wesson and let her rip. Can't hardly go wrong. What do you think? A blind man can do it, and I've done it with a blindfold. Okay, here we go, guys. Shoot 3, reload, shoot 3. Had a little bit of a hang time, but I want you to get excited and watch it. So there you have it, guys. If you're going to practice this at home, indoors, make sure you have the right equipment to do that. Repetition is your friend. Don't muscle the gun. Have fun. Get some.